Hello golfers, my name's Jess Frank and welcome to the Jess Frank Golf Academy YouTube channel at the beautiful Deer Creek Golf Club here in Deerfield Beach, Florida. Been teaching this game for over 20 years. Love helping golfers play better golf and have more fun on the golf course. And I always love to simplify something that is can be very complex as a golf swing. You know, you can overthink it and just frustrate yourself, and so I like to go the opposite way. I like to make it really simple for people to understand, break it into basic fundamentals. And so today, what are the real fundamentals of golf? Okay, so traditionally we always are taught when we come to a clinic, grip, stance, posture, alignment. And the problem with all those is if you look up and down a PGA Tour line or LPGA Tour line, everybody's grip is different, everybody's posture is different, alignment, and you just can't look at those as fundamentals, because if everyone's different, you know, how can you copy anybody? And so basically what I see is that those are variables. And what are fundamentals? What do all the best players in the world do on a daily basis? And that's not to say that grip's not important, and alignment and posture and balance and all those things aren't important, but what do the best players in the world do on a daily basis? And what can they do repeatedly, no matter what their grip is, what their alignment is, what their posture is, and what their stance is? And so what I see on a daily basis on the tour is that each one of them strike the ball pretty much in the center of the face, and the low point is the same every time. When I'm teaching golfers, I get shots that I see off the toe, off the heel, they hit the top of the ball, they hit behind the ball, they hit too far in front of the ball. So if the best players create the low point the same every single time, that should be an easier entry to golf. So instead of worrying about, is my grip perfect, is my posture perfect, alignment, stance, let's get down to what really matters, is contact. And so what I like people to do is I'll put tees on the ground. You know, I'll first tee up, I'll put some tees, just any broken tees. You could use a leaf, you could use a piece of grass. And I said, all right, let's make a swing and see if we can hit the tee out of the ground. Okay, so most people who I do that with, they'll miss the tee, or they'll nick the tee on the toe, they'll nick the tee on the heel, and they won't hit the ground. Most likely they won't hit the ground. And so to hit the ball in the air, the club head has to hit the ground in some capacity. There has to be some shaving of the grass in the right spot. And so when I have people hit a tee, most people, they'll hit behind the tee, they'll hit too far after the tee. Most times they never hit it too far after the tee, very rarely. And sometimes they'll miss the tee completely, they'll miss the ground completely. And so if we can start by doing that, by just creating the same bottom to the swing every time, and able to hit out, I'm able to hit the ground in the same spot every time, that's going to be the best way for you to get better at golf, and not to confuse yourself. Well, I need my wrist here, and I need my grip here, my knees, my hips, my shoulders. You know, we have to understand that to hit solid shots, we have to be hitting the ground in the same spot every single time. Okay, and so if I go ahead and just hit a little shot here, and this is something that I've been doing since I was a kid. I mean, I started playing golf when I was about 8 or 9 years old. I'm on Prospect Golf Course outside Chicago, the junior camp. We used a 7-iron. We practiced 7-iron chip and rolls, basically, is what we did. I learned golf with a 7-iron. And so we started off by hitting little shots. Let's just chip a 7-iron, okay? If I can chip a 7-iron and hit the 7-iron really solid every single time, okay, just chip shots with a 7-iron, like a 7-iron chip and run, then I can create a low point in my swing that's the same, and I can hit the ball every single time. So that is super important. And every time I hit the ball here, the ball went dead straight. It didn't slice to the right, I didn't hit behind the ball, I didn't top the ball, didn't go way to the left. So what did I do? I was able to make a golf swing. It's a smaller golf swing, chipping golf swing, but I was able to control the face, I was able to control a low point, and hit the ball in the direction I want to go. So what happens is if you start small and work out a little bigger, so now I'm going to go from, okay, here's my low point on the small swing. Now I'm going to start taking the club back a little further. And I'm going to go ahead and hit another shot. I hit the ball solid, you know, probably about 135, 140 yards. Not very far, but solid golf shot, dead straight. You know, nothing to be ashamed of. You're hitting the ball solid. So, you know, when I talk to people about golf, a lot of times they're telling me, you know, all the different things they're trying to do. And really what we need to do is we need to be able to create the same low point, hit the ball out of the center of the club face, and just make it an easier way to think about it. So, so that's what we like to do. Instead of worrying about, is my grip perfect, is my posture perfect? Again, not to say that those aren't important, because if somebody comes to me with a grip that's way up in their palm and they're slicing the golf ball and their hands are really in a bad spot, then we have to look at the grip. Okay, if your posture is, if you're aiming yourself 30 yards left or 30 yards right, or if your ball position's off, you know, club face can have, there's all these things that can make a difference in your game. But as far as consistency and hitting the ball solid, and what do the pros do versus the amateurs, this is going to be a big help for you. So again, if I'm going to start doing this with a little 7-iron, hit the little shot for me. So I hit that little shot out there, probably about 60, 70 yards, really solid and straight. And I just keep doing that. And as I get more comfortable, I add a little bigger backswing, a little bigger follow through. And what happens is that I'm not trying to hit at the ball. I'm not trying to lift the ball in the air. I'm not doing anything that's going to affect the contact. And so that's, you know, a lot of times people are trying to get the ball in the air. They lean back, hit behind it. You know, so if I were just to say, okay, let's start with putting and make a little putt here, you can see I'm not doing anything that's crazy out of the ordinary, out of the normal range and plane, out of the body's motion. But as soon as I say, okay, let's take a bigger swing, then all of a sudden they start tilting back, hitting behind it, the head goes back, the weight goes back. So sometimes just going back, if you're having trouble with your game, simplify it. Start with some putting first, feel the putting stroke, go out for a little chipping, do some chipping, and go a little further with some pitching, and then a fuller swing, and then the whole swing, the big swing from P4 to P10. And you'll be able to really increase your ball striking capabilities and kind of reset yourself as well, and not try to think about too much and all that stuff. And you know, even if you hit one fat or if you hit one thin, you know, remember, best players in the world hit bad shots too. So you have to kind of keep that in mind. So again, I love helping golfers. I love bringing you guys videos out here that can help you play better golf and you can enjoy the game more. So remember, let's work on the fundamentals. What are the real fundamentals? Contact's number one by far. Then we can add distance, and then we can add curve. But if you get your contact really good, I promise you that face is going to be a good spot. The ball's going to go pretty straight, and it's going to help you play better golf. Again, my name is Jess Frank. Love helping you play better golf. Love teaching this game. Please subscribe. Please hit the like button. Leave a comment. Let me know how you like the video, and we'll see you soon. Have a great day.